Hey y'all, this is Rad Dad and welcome to the Rad Dad Reviews YouTube channel. So today we're going to review the Jasion EB5 electric bike for adults with 360 watt hour removable battery, getting you 40 miles, 20 miles per hour commuting electric mountain bike. So this bike is a really cool find. It's one of the best, a really good value for an electric bike, and it gets a lot of really good reviews. So 350 watt motor and upgraded display. It's also got the removable large battery, so that way you can, if you want to purchase a backup, you can charge that, keep that one charged, and so that way you don't have to wait. It's got 4 working modes. It's got pedal assist to kind of help you instead of just doing all the work for you. And then just can do full on electric bike. So that's really cool. So that way you can, if you're going up a hill and you still want a bike but you want some assistance, this can actually assist you getting up the hill instead of just doing all the work for you, making you have to do it by yourself. Just the way they designed this is for comfort and durability and just being in ease of use. So it's got the 26-inch puncture-resistant tires, which are great for durability. High strength front fork suspension, 7-speed gears, dual lights, an LCD display, front and rear mechanical disc brakes, and the really cool thing about that LCD display is some electronic bikes actually run off your phone. Well, if you're low on battery, or just the fact that these apps burn up so much juice, I'd rather have its own independent display. So it's got a really clean, sleek design and a minimalist appearance. And the frame is super lightweight, so I think that's part of the long lifespan, or the long range of it, is because of the lightweight frame along with the really good sized battery. So today what we're going to do is we're going to look at some other reviews that people have done on this bike. One review is just going to be kind of like an overview going through each of the pieces and parts. Another one, we're actually going to take it out on the road. Another YouTuber is going to take it out on the road and show us what it's like to use it. And then we've also got a video straight from the company on the unboxing and kind of going through the assembly process. So let's go ahead and get started with the first review. And this specific review comes from Sean Weaver, and I'll put a link to their YouTube channel. And also, if you want to get this, the link to to get it on Amazon, which is the best place I recommend to get it. It's you're going to find it's going to be the best value there. I'll put that in the comments and the notes. That way you can go ahead and scoop that up. So let's go ahead and show the first video.
What's going on? I'm Rowena, and this is my Jason Electric Bike.
So this is Sean Weaver's channel.
Some of the features, just in case if you're interested.
And again,
we'll
if you
our way to the back.
If you want
the
to,
tires on this are really good. They are 26-inch puncture-resistant tires. This is my favorite part about the tire part. It has a shock resistance, so you could turn it
so it's
on
got the
or
shock
off.
resistant on there.
Now moving on to the battery. The battery is removable. It makes it really convenient, so you can take it inside and just charge it overnight. It does have a lock where you could take it on and off. Moving on to the back tire. Again, it is 26 inches puncture resistant tire.
Yep, really puncture resistant, like I said.
Then we have, of course, the kickstand. Moving on to the seat, it does have this little handle. It makes it easy to carry.
Oh, definitely easy to carry with that handle.
The seat is actually pretty comfortable. Now we move on to the handles. Then you have the brake. You just press it just like a regular brake.
Just like a regular brake.
This does have a light, so it makes it easy so you could take it at nighttime, and a horn, which is really loud. And as you could see here, the light is actually pretty bright. It makes it really good, so if you want to ride at nighttime.
Yeah.
The light is supposed
And
to
someone
go
in the
by
comments
the
mentioned
tire.
that
I like to keep it up front.
zip ties are a good thing to keep that in place. That light, if you want to put it up there.
And it shows you how fast you're going. I've got it up to about 20 miles. Man, you're
20
flying
miles.
20 miles.
That's flying on a bike.
It does show you your battery life and the distance that you've gone. How this goes is you pull the throttle, pull it back, and this is the brake on the other side. And then you have 7 gears, and then you just press this button and it changes the gears.
Yep.
Now, I don't know too much about changing the gears, so I couldn't really tell you much about that. But it does.
We'll go over that
gears.
in the next video.
Then we move on to the only complaint I would have about this bike is I like to have my light up top, so I would
Again,
have to try to figure something
zip
else
ties
out
can
about
keep that in place. There's also
but
some
yeah,
other
this is the
options that
Jasion
you can do.
Electric Bike,
But zip
and,
ties
this
work
is my
great.
first
Like just
electric
some
bike
black
that I
ones would
ever
work
had,
perfect.
and it is really awesome. I could get a little under 40 miles per charge. I would highly recommend this if you want to commute around town.
So this next review comes to us from Larry Lynch. And he did an unboxing of this, but we're gonna focus on his road review.
We are here and it's time for the hill test.
The hill test. Here we go, guys.
Hill. It's, I think it'll definitely put the bike to test. So let's give it a try.
Let's do it, guys. Hill test.
It only goes up to 3. We are going to start throttle only and then do pedals if we have to. Now the reason that we do throttle only, at least at first, is just to give the motor and battery a chance to show us what the heck. So we're going to give it a try real quick and let's go. Alright.
Look at that. It's cruising along. I don't think he's even pedaling.
So the hill started right away. We didn't have a lot of speed to give it, and it's already struggling a little bit. It should be noted, I am 250 pounds. I am a big guy for this bike.
He's pretty, yeah.
I usually ride a 500 watt or a 750 watt for that reason. So take this hill test with a grain of salt.
Yeah, so if you're 250 pounds, yeah, be sure to make note. That's a lot of work for that bike.
We're almost to the top here. I'm going to start pedaling just to show you what it'd be like if you're riding it like with pedal assist. So there we go.
So you notice how he
And it feels
switched
great
to the
pedal
modes?
still, honestly.
The pedal assist seems like a really clutch game changer mode. I love how you can see your speed on there.
And we made it.
That would almost like motivate me to pedal faster.
And you see on flat, we're just cruising along.
Oh, that'd be great. Nashville's very hilly, so
We're going to go back to throttle only mode.
I think this would be cool to just like scoot around to meetings around my just where I live. This looks pretty cool. This is a really cool bike.
Okay, so this is the EB5, it's called. Remember, it is only a 350 watt motor, 10 amp hour battery. So keep that in mind when you're watching some of this footage. Now, I do have a bit of a puzzler. I got to reach out to the company. So I looked back on their product description, and it says there's 5 modes, but that's with a different computer on it. So this one, it seems to be stuck at 3 no matter what I do. I tinkered with the settings and everything too, unless it's locked until I ride more, but that'd be pretty silly. I've never seen that on an e-bike, only on some scooters. So maybe there is more power hidden, but I think it stops here. And you know, that's gotta be the only downside when I really think about it, is I just wish it would go faster. But if
He's
you're
also
into
250
pedaling
pounds, so.
and you want more of like a actual bike feeling than a moped feeling, like most of the e-bikes I review could be more considered a moped than a bike, whereas this one definitely checks the box of being a bike, an electric bike. In fact.
Definitely
So,
a
if we
bike
switch the view
that is
here,
electric, not a moped.
looking at it again, you know, it really has that kind of, if you didn't see the battery, you know, it just looks like a regular bike.
Yeah, it looks like a regular bike.
After giving this some tests too,
Love the
actually
orange
decent
and black
quality
colors
for it.
too.
It's probably, you know, with the wheels and everything, again, you don't want to really take this off-road or anything, but handling some bumps and stuff, it makes for a nice cushy ride.
Yeah, for like a commuter bike. Not, yeah, definitely not going
So
off-road
who's this
on
bike
this.
for? Well, at just about $715 plus.
It's
there's
actually
coupons on the
not
website
that,
for, I think,
so that's
$100.
incorrect.
That makes this thing a bargain. So any of the shortcuts
So,
I mentioned, like,
I think it's
you
less
know,
than that,
would I
so.
like nicer, you know, grips? Would I like a taillight that works? Yes, I would. But at this price point, it's kind of hard to argue with.
This seems pretty dope.
Now, the
I think-
only thing, again,
I think this
I'm
would be a
bigger
great
guy. I need a more
e-bike
powerful
for anyone
e-bike,
who's
you know,
looking
get
for a
me
good
places
e-bike.
to place to have a good time too, because these things are fun. They're not just, you know, you want to have a good time on them as well as be a totally functional way to get around too. So I like them with a little more power, a little more speed, but you got, I think I would call the range, if I had to estimate it, you're probably going to get about 15 miles just based on other e-bikes with this spec, and that is using, you know, mostly the throttle here. However, if you really pace it out on the pedal assist, you could probably get closer to 20 or so. Yeah, but all said and done, I think this is like one of the most perfect e-bikes for someone who is like really on the edge and doesn't know if they want an e-bike, you know?
That's a
It's
good
that
point of
perfect
view.
first step into e-bikes,
Like,
because
Larry,
you
thank
really
you
get
so
to
much for
pedal
pointing
a
that
lot,
out,
you
man.
know? I complain sometimes on like my more powerful e-bikes that you just start ghost pedaling because the motor's doing all the work. But if you want a bike that like really feels like it's just a regular bike but you're getting some help, this does that. And it's also a great
That's cool.
affordable option. Like I said, you got the computer, you got a decent battery and like an okay motor too, that you could upgrade some of these cheaper parts and make it a really good.
That's a good point of
long-lasting
view. You
option
can
for
definitely
you.
upgrade this and make
Especially
this
if
like
you
a
are
really
single,
sick
or maybe
e-bike
even, like,
if
you're looking for
you know,
a
you
bike
wanted
for
to
your kid
build
or their
something up.
teenager. I would almost like steer you into something like this instead of something more powerful, just to keep them safe, just to get used to an e-bike before, you know, buying something a little more expensive. Yeah, you know, the headlight too is going to keep you safe. It's nice and bright for night riding. All in all, it's a, I mean, I just love e-bikes, so maybe I'm a little biased.
Yeah,
here,
they're pretty
but
cool.
I like it. I like it a lot. Again, I think
Yeah.
I've made my complaints clear. I just wish it had more power, but at this price point,
What are you
it
gonna
makes
do?
total sense. So,
Yeah.
yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Drop them in the comments.
Yes,
Really
please drop those in the
the
comments.
final thing
We'd
I do
love
wanna
to
add on all these videos I do.
respond,
This was sent to
so-
me from Jason.
So let's go ahead and
unboxing and assembly of the
we're going to go ahead, and this is
Electric
actually a
Bike.
video
Let's get
from
started.
Jason
First, cut open the
where
zipper
they're going to
straps
unbox it
to open
and
the
show you how
box.
to assemble it.
Now you can take out the small box containing the charger, tools, pedals, tail light, and manual. Next, you
It
can
all
pull
comes
out
in
the
like
bike
one
from the
box.
and place it on a flat surface. Then proceed to carefully remove all the safety wrapping from the bike. Make sure you have all the parts ready for the assembly. Prepare the quick release skewer and the front wheel for installation. Remove the protection cap from the front wheel, lift the front fork and insert the wheel in place. Make sure the disc brake goes in place properly.
Make sure it goes in properly. That's super important because you could really mess up
Open
your
the quick release skewer and slide it in place. Tighten the nut
your
and
wheel.
lock the bolt.
Slides in like so. Like butter. Like butter! Nice.
Next, you can remove the cap and protector from the top of the front fork.
We're going to remove that cap. Remove that sleeve.
Set the handlebar in place.
Yeah, put the handlebar
cap back on and adjust the screws to mount the handlebar on safely.
Yeah, be sure and try not to, you don't want to cross thread those. So like reverse thread them and then try to make sure you get it on, and then hand tighten it first before this. They should have hand tightened it first. These, like, you can't really hand tighten them.
Finish by testing that the handlebar stays in place by lifting and turning the wheel.
Another thing they didn't really show is like you need to make sure it's aligned when you when you tighten them.
Connect the front light cable to the bike after removing the protecting caps.
Yeah, make sure you get those protecting caps out there so you can connect the light to the LCD display.
Secure the front light in place by tightening the bolt.
That way it gets it off the wheel and you can align it towards straight. And remember, if you want to put it on the handlebar, you can do that just with like some zip ties.
Installing the seat is easy. Just open the quick release bolt by opening the lever. Install the seat to the desired level and tighten the quick release bolt again.
And make sure it's lined straight so it's not, causing any discomfort in your nether regions, if you know what I mean.
The suspension can be locked or unlocked with the switch located on the right side of the fork.
When I'm going through the city, I typically like to, especially like road driving, I like to lock it. And then maybe like if I'm hitting curbs or doing somewhat off-road, I'll
You can
unlock
easily
them.
screw them in place using the tools provided.
And it is important to line those up. Also, I always say reverse thread everything first to make sure it sits in properly, and then tighten it up with by turning it and using the wrench. That's just to make sure you don't strip any threads out and void your warranty. I mean, they might still even take it back even if you do that, if you're nice enough. But let's just, we'd rather you assemble it and
battery are
use
located
it.
below the saddle.
Here's your
Remove
battery.
the battery by turning the key to the off position.
So this is pretty cool. You've got it's like a key. It's like a ignition.
Charging port, USB, and on and off switch can be found under the cover.
So you can actually charge your phone from this stuff
The
too.
optional rear light is powered by connecting it via USB to the battery.
Unless you have the light. The light's obviously going to reduce your range, so just know that. But if you're riding at night or at dusk or in the morning, it's a good thing to have.
To charge the bike, connect the power cable to the charger and the charger to the battery by using the port under the cover.
Pretty simple. Plug it on
Make
in.
sure the battery is switched off when charging.
Make sure, because you could blow your,
The rear
well, maybe
light
not
can be
blow, but
attached
you'll
using
damage your
the strap
battery.
on the back.
I find that I'd rather have lights that kind of
Power on the
have
bike
their own
by pressing
battery
down the LCD power button
on
for
the
about
back,
1 second.
just because of how
Following that,
often
please
or how
choose the
little I
desired
ride
pedal
when it's dark.
assistance level.
So, and it
Gear
wouldn't
level,
affect your
test
range.
the brake, the lights, and that the bike feels solid and is working properly.
Y'all check this out. This is dope. Coming up right here. Look at this. Abercrombie model.
Jason bike.
All right, y'all. So Yeah, that cracked me up right there. Okay, y'all, so this has been the review of the Jasion EB5 electric bike for adults with removable 360 watt hour battery with 40 miles of range and 20 miles per hour speed. This is a really cool commuting electric mountain bike. So if you're looking for a good bike, as Larry said, if you're kind of on the fence about an electric bike and you want to try it out, this is a good one to start with. You know, there are some out there that are much more powerful, but this is a good one, you know, just with the value that it offers. And if you're not thrilled, not necessarily with the bike's a pretty good bike, but if you're not really into the whole electric bike thing, or you're not using it as much, then you're not going to be as disappointed as if you bought, you know, a really expensive electric bike that you just don't end up using. So I really recommend you get this. Sean and Larry did a great review, and thanks to Jaison, the brand, for the unboxing video. This is Jared DeValk with Rad Dad Reviews, and stay tuned for more reviews of products that you're using, and especially if you're a dad. If you like this review, please like this video. We really appreciate your feedback. If you got any comments, questions about the bike, we'd be happy to answer them for you. Another thing is please smash that subscribe button, so that way you can get more of our reviews and learn about more cool products that you can try. Again, Jared with Rad Dad Reviews. Y'all take it easy.